people in the way. Try not to get the people beside us. All right, so you guys wanted an apartment tour, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So this is the front door. Little peephole, nothing really too special. Little key holder my stepmom got me for Christmas. All right, so walking forward is the living room. Very decent size. We got a fireplace, and we got Mr. Tartar. Say hi. Oh, okay. TV over there. My PlayStation's in here. Controller charger over there. That is a dog bed. I know you just like to be the center of attention. Let's see. Little entryway table. It's just got some shoes and some random junk on it. My lunchbox for work. Wax warmer. You know, just some stuff. Hi, Bo. Hi, Bobo. You gonna say hi too? No. He said no. Are you excited? Are you excited? Huh? He gets too excited, he'll get the zoomies. We've got this cabinet. Let's see, it's got some of the stuff my mom in it, some of her stuff. That's the book I proposed to her with. That's a wax warmer. I don't really know why it's in there. She got me this for Christmas. That's for my 16th birthday. I keep all my greeting cards. That is the water heater and the air vent, you know, the air conditioner, thermostat. That's the collage. Becky actually made me this collage right after my mom passed. So that's really nice. Like I said, there's a fireplace. That is an ice maker. The rest of that's dog stuff. There's their food, some shoes. That's Bo's toy basket. That's knitting stuff. There's some movies right there that need to be put up. Then, like I said, I got the PlayStation and the TV over here. Couch. I was sitting and chilling before I did this. Carter. He's chewing on his paw, which he knows he's not supposed to be. All right, and then we've got the kitchen. You can see how big the backyard is. Turn the light on. It's very bright in here. Oh, we got our beautiful chairs. The chairs that came with this table broke. And we don't really sit in here. Wow, there's a drink pack down there. Probably from when we went to the beach yesterday. We don't really sit in here, but these are just for extra chairs too when we have people over, because we can't really fit a whole lot more furniture in the living room. It's kind of set up weird. And then, let's see, over here, I've got microwave, some cereal stuff. Let's see, coffee maker. This is that new coffee maker with it makes the fraps and everything else. I don't really use it that much anymore. I don't really drink too much coffee. You know, dirty cutting board, of course. Some clean dishes, a little bit of dirty dishes. Not a whole lot of cabinets, but more than enough for just us. There's a doggy gate right there. I need to throw that box away. Trash can, and then this is the same as the cabinet that was in the living room, but they can go in two pieces, and we just use one for a little pantry. So there's that. And then this is our deep freezer. It's a little rusty. This is just some random like snacks and, well, that's bread. I think that's like fruit snacks and other stuff. And then that's like, I think it's like Little Debbie's and stuff. Coolers from the beach yesterday. Dog water. Let's see. So, and then there's, I'm not going to go out here just in case there's people out here. But let me try this way. There's a very big backyard. It's not all the way fenced in where they can just run about. Bo has a runner that you can see. It's right there. It's purple. And then we'll go out here just in case. Make sure Bo doesn't get out though. Then over there is, that's where the laundry room is. So yeah, pretty big space. Pretty nice porch. Okay. We'll go this way. Bo's gonna follow me. Smallish hallway, linen closet. This is our room. Giant beanbag. The beanbag is mostly in here because our TV in here is a projector screen, but also, like, so it would go on this wall. Carter can't jump up on this bed by himself. So, he just jumps. He likes the beanbag too, but he'll jump on the beanbag and onto the bed. That's their kennels. They're hardly ever in them anymore with the way our schedule is. She's usually going in when I'm coming home. That is Carter's medicine, Xbox controller, dirty clothes. Some random tidbits, the Wi-Fi. There's another waterer in here. This is our dresser. Little decor on it, humidifier. This is my side. That's my closet. It has my clothes in it. My Xbox and her Switch is up there. That's her side. Isn't that funny? We both have our camo Crocs on our sides of the bed. Bo's just gonna follow me. He has one of those bones in like every room. See, there's the other one. And then we'll go, this is the bathroom. So there's this. Hey. Wax warmer, all my stuff, you know, teeth, everything. Little pumpkin, little soap dispenser, toilet, trash can, basket of stuff, dirty clothes, shower. I really like our shower curtain. It's the moon phases. Look at our non-slip stuff. Yeah, they're bats. It's frickin' bats. Okay. Alright, so then we've got the second bedroom. It has all of our squishmallows on it. And some other random stuff. Some empty laundry baskets. Some other little blankets. A plastic container full of stuff that we need to donate. There's a TV in here. We just got Wi-Fi. That's the box it came in. There's an Amazon box holding that up. My computer's in here. I don't know what that is. It must just be some trash. Her makeup thing's in here. I have my shoe thing. I'm sorry if I sound out of breath. I'm sick. Yeah, some of her shoes are on there, and most of these shoes are mine. This is my chair. I got it for Christmas. I only really use it when I'm in here. And then she'll use it when she's in here. That's my little setup I got going. I love this laundry separator. But I think that basket just has random stuff in it. But this separator is awesome. I got it at Target. I want to say it was $40, but I love it for going in and out on the porch. And then these things actually, they come like they slide off. I don't know how to show you that because they're kind of full. She's going through her clothes right now. She's got to separate stuff and just, she's doing kind of like a closet clean out, so she's got them separated right now. But all my squish, all this stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much, that's the whole house. Not very big, not very small either. It's definitely worth it. Can you say hi, Bo? Can you tell him how you sit? Bo, sit. Sit. Good job. Carter doesn't do anything. Don't let him fool you. He thought that I was giving him something. I'll say, all I do is sleep. Huh. So, yeah. That's it. That is the gist of everything. Alright, so I wanted to start explaining some stuff to you guys from my point of view on things concerning Amberlynn, especially because you guys will not leave me alone about it. Sorry, my face is broke out. And then I'm sorry I didn't upload this vlog yesterday. My brother came into town this weekend kind of like on a whim, and that's what I was doing yesterday. I went to the beach and we spent like all day with him. So yeah. But one of the things I wanted to clear up, I'm not going to clear up everything because there's a lot. One thing that I want to clear up is the money that Amberlynn would give us. So some of the money that she gives us, that she hasn't given me money in a very, very long time. Not that I would ask her now anyway, but I can count on a few occasions that we actually asked her for money, and she's never paid, like, our entirety of bills or anything. When me and Dana were together, she, when the pandemic happened and we didn't have a job for a few months, which we had our job, we worked at a daycare, so they shut down daycares for like, I think we were out for like 4 months, and it was just taking a little while for unemployment to get back in. And I know she vlogged when we came to visit her when that pandemic had first started. Well, we were telling her like our job situation. We weren't saying like, oh, we're hard up for cash or anything, because our bills were paid, and our landlord, like, there's nothing your landlord could do when it was the pandemic. There was a lot of like rules that they had to abide by. Like, they couldn't just evict you because you lost your job. We were going to be getting unemployment, and we did the whole time we were out of work. But the first couple of weeks we were worried, because, you know, I heard unemployment can take forever, but with the pandemic and so many people getting unemployed, it went a lot smoother. But we went to see her, and we had just been telling her about our job situation. And when we got there, we stayed pretty far apart from her at first. Like, it was when she was at Eric and Ricky's, like that house that they used to be in. We stayed on like one side of the driveway, and her and Becky stayed on the other. Like when we first got there. After that, we were kind of like, you know, because I mean, everyone was around everyone in the pandemic. I don't know, like Amberlynn was freaking out about it, but we were all around each other. She just happened to give us money at that point. I guess she was feeling bad and wanted to make sure we would be okay, but we did not ask her. One of the times we did ask her was when I know that's one thing you guys have talked about. When we moved to Kentucky this last time, when me and Dana moved back to Kentucky from Florida, I had asked her for money, but it wasn't because I didn't have it. It was because we were trying to pay all of our bills the day before we were leaving, because we had a couple due, and we wanted to make sure that the money we were traveling with was money that we had and not bill money. And I just wanted to make sure. And so I tried to pay. I think what happened was me and Dana tried to pay the phone bill at the same time. And for whatever reason, it took both of those payments instead of telling one of us that it was paid. So, and our phone bill at the time was like $400. It's ridiculous. Verizon is so expensive, but we had a lot of stuff on our plan. So that was like $800 just gone. And we had already got the U-Haul. We had already got, sorry, there's like a gnat or something, or buzz, whatever it is. It was in my face. I had already paid for the U-Haul. Oh my goodness, Bobo. Are you getting too excited? He's nosy. Hi. I don't want to play with your kale chip right now. So I had already paid for the U-Haul, like I was saying. I had already filled the U-Haul with gas, my car with gas. My mom was going to be driving the U-Haul, like, and everything else, like, I didn't have anything else to pay. Like, all my bills were paid. That was just the one thing we had left to do. And with $800 just being gone, like, we expected 4 of it, but not the other 4 of it. So our bank accounts were almost shot. Like, we were worried about, you know, like, what if this happens? What if this happens? So I asked her if she could just give me the money that I lost, basically, and I would pay it back. But she didn't worry about paying her back. Like, that's how she's always been. She's very thoughtful. I'm not saying I never appreciated it, but the way you guys have been wording it is like, I know at one point you guys were saying something about she was buying our friendship. She wasn't. Amberlynn is a very giving person. Not that I'm like protecting her or anything, because she has her flaws. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm just addressing the money thing. I'm not getting into anything else, so don't expect that right now. There will be more, but this is all I'm discussing right now. She is a very giving person. If someone is in need that she is close to, she's going to try and do what she can for their needs. And then I don't remember, I can't really think off the top of my head another time I asked her for money. But she has, like, when Dana's nephew and nieces all needed school clothes, she gave money to us to get them stuff. But that's because when the school year comes around, I don't know if she's still doing this because I don't really talk to her, but when the school year comes around, she feels bad for kids that don't have, like, their parents don't have enough money to make sure they have all the school stuff that they need, or like school clothes or whatever. I know that one year when we were here in Florida, she helped our friend's daughter. She helped them get school clothes for her. And then, I don't know, just when we were hanging out, obviously she would try and pay for everything, but we definitely did try to pay our part when we could. Sometimes we couldn't. Are you gonna make it? So yeah, she wasn't really buying our friendship, though. We tried to do things, like, Amberlynn's kind of extra. She likes to do all kinds of stuff all the time when she's with a bunch of people. And sometimes we'd be like, well, we don't have it. And, you know, she would just be like, I got it. So, what else about this whole money thing? Trying to think of another time that money was... I know that she gave us money for Christmas one time, but that was her gift to us. If that makes any sense. I don't even remember how much it was. Other than that, I mean... I don't really ever remember asking her too much for money. Like I said, it was maybe like a couple times, and that's the only time I really remember for sure asking her and her giving it to us. Because I think there was a couple of times I was worried about something and asked her and then figured it out instead. But I don't know if she's gonna come back at this video and be like, ooh, no, it was this, this, and this. I don't really care. I'm not here for the drama part of this. I know that you guys are wanting to know some of this, and I want you guys to know my side of this because there's 2 sides to every story, you know? Another thing I would like to address myself is what happened with me and Dana. Like I told Callie, Dana had cheated on me a few times within a year, so it was multiple times. It wasn't physical, not that you guys need to know that, but she was texting other people and just saying what she said. I'm not going to go into details on that. But we both were grieving our mothers, and grief can change a person, is really what I've came to in the past year, reflecting on everything that happened between us. I mean, you see people get divorced after they lose a child together. Like, they could have been the best couple and they lose a child together and they get divorced. Sometimes, like, every once in a while, it brings them closer, but most of the time, you see it breaks them off. We both lost our mother in a matter of 4 months, 5 months, and grief really changes you. And when it was happening it was after her mom had passed, and we knew my mom wasn't going to make it much longer, not too long after her mom passed. I want to say it was like a month and a half, and we found out my mom wasn't going to be around much longer. So after I found that out, I was struggling really badly with anxiety, and I was having panic attacks pretty much daily. A lot of stuff was just going on with me, and that was a lot to put on her, but I didn't know how to cope. I haven't ever lost anyone that close to me before. And not saying that she did. She lost some very close relatives, but I've lost my grandpa. I've lost a grandpa. That's like the closest. And I've lost an aunt. But for it to be your mother it's the person that brought you into the world. It's the person that you knew your whole life, no matter what, like it's your mom. And that really changes you. And just knowing that before she passed, and me having this anxiety every day, it was just me knowing that I can wake up and she's basically going to be gone the next day. It was a lot for me. It was a lot for my brother. It was a lot for my sister. My sister was still living in Florida at the time. Thankfully, I was in Kentucky. My brother was in Tennessee, but he came right up. And it was, of course, during the pandemic. And thankfully, me and my brother were not, like I said, employed at the time. I was on unemployment, and I think he was too. The places we worked weren't open during the pandemic. And thankfully, me and him were there a lot. And then my sister was able to take some leave and come up. And then, of course, right when my mom started to get kind of worse is when I went back to work. And, once you go back to work, the unemployment stops. So I had to worry about bills and everything else. And I was still going over there as much as I could. And it wasn't too long after I started working that she passed. But, just the stress of us both losing our moms. I gained a lot of anxiety. She already had anxiety, but I feel like it was more her depression was getting to her. I'm not going to get that into her stuff, but I had always had some anxiety, but I never thought that I would ever need to be medicated for it. I never thought I would need to be anything for it. I thought it was just like common kind of anxiety. But before my mom passed and right after it was a really rough time. And I know we did some videos after that, but that was when we were both struggling very much, like very, very dark place then. And on top of that, right after my mom passed and the school year started, Dana's nephew, my nephew, I still couldn't call him my nephew. He still calls me his aunt. So, and her nieces do as well. He was living with us at the time. So we had all this just stress going on. And this was 2020. My mom passed in July of 2020. But we found out everything was going on with her in May of 2020. Dana's mom passed in April of 2020. So yeah, it was just a lot going on, and then dealing with just everyday stress on top of these bigger stress things. I guess people cope in different ways. I was really trying to, take care of my anxiety and my depression, all that on my own. I didn't want to get, on medication. I'm not big on being medicated fully. And then I was also struggling really bad I have ADD. I was struggling really bad with my ADD, even though I always thought my ADD wouldn't affect me if I wasn't at like school. I only took my ADD medication when I was a lot younger, when I was at school. I didn't take it on the weekends. I didn't take it during the summers. Like, I didn't think I would need anything like that at any other point in my life. So I just noticed that some of the ADD symptoms I had when I was not really necessarily younger, but just some smaller stuff, it was getting to me. I was disassociating a lot. I don't really know if that's completely connected to my ADD, but I was having a hard time just focusing on anything. And I mean, it was a wild time. And like I said, I didn't want to be medicated, but I went to my primary, talked to them about it, and got situated on meds and all that. Which I'm not on a stimulant for my ADD. I don't want to be. So, what else? But that was 2020, and I was finally like I said, had came to the conclusion that I couldn't do this on my own. I needed to medicate and get help and see if that really helped. So that's what I did. And I was trying to work on just everything going on. And I don't know, I guess Dana found another way to cope because it was New Year's when I found out the first time that she was cheating on me. I'm not going to go into detail of how I found out what all happened. But it was literally, and New Year's Eve is my mom's birthday. So it was just a really stressful 2 days because it was my mom's birthday. And then the very next day I found that out. And it was just very dark for me. And I really thought it was over then. And this was January of 2021. So there's that. Then we talked a lot of it through, all that, fixed it, what have you. Worked on some stuff for a little while, and then I want to say it was the end of May, beginning of June that I found out she cheated on me again. Every time I found out she was cheating on me, it was her literally telling me. So I wasn't like creeping in her stuff or just getting like assumptions that she was doing it. You know, like I wasn't all up in her business trying to figure out what she was doing. Even after the first time I found out she cheated on me, I wasn't like, well, I need to check your phone now because I don't want you to cheat on me. No. Like, I just, just went about like we were before. I didn't want, things to get really tense between us. So, like I said, it was the end of May, beginning of June that I found out again. And then that's also when we moved in with her dad. We were moving in with him to kind of help him. He didn't like being there by himself, and just to kind of help him out with some bills, just because he could afford his bills on his own, but he didn't like being there by himself. And it was just a chance for us to save up and try to get a better place than where we were at. The place we had was small, and it didn't have a yard. We wanted a yard for our dogs. So we moved in with him, and then I thought things were really good for a while, and they were. It seemed like it. Like, things were awesome until, let me see, I don't think it was till December. So June to December, that's like 6 months. The beginning of December, that's really when we broke up. I'm going to be honest. That's when we both said it was over. But she explained that she was cheating on me again. And that's when I was like, okay, obviously, it doesn't matter how good things can get. It doesn't matter how much talking we do. Obviously, there's nothing that's going to fix this. You're not going to stop, and I can't keep putting myself through this. And then we were both kind of like, well, what if because we worked together, we lived together, we did literally everything together. So I was like, what if we're broken up, but still like work on things, but also give each other some space? Because pretty much since we got together, we lived together, did like work together, lived together, everything together. So I said, why don't we give each other some space and just do our own things on the weekends? We still had to work together, and I still had to drive her to work. She did not have her license. So that's what we did. We did for the next month or so. And then I thought things were getting a little bit better. We had a rough couple of days the day before, like it really ended. And like we announced that it ended, or, posted things, whatever. We had a rough couple of days. I don't even remember. I couldn't tell you what any of the arguments were about. And then one day, I was literally just sitting there on the couch. I think I was playing Mortal Kombat. I think we were quarantined for COVID for something. Like, I think we got exposed, or maybe one of us had it. I don't know. I don't think. Oh, I've only had it once, so I didn't have it. And she was sitting across the room from me on the other end of the couch, and she texted me breaking up with me. Like, not breaking up because we were broken up, but basically saying that it was over. Like, there was no fixing anything, that I needed to leave. And I guess it's because she couldn't say it herself, but it was kind of a crappy way of doing that, was texting it. Obviously I was immediately upset. I was like, I wasn't sure if things were ever going to actually get fixed, but I wish we could have talked about it like adults. But instead, it turned into a lot of drama real fast. So I, and we had just, one thing, we had just lost our dog. Our dog had passed. We don't know. We never figured out what happened to her. She literally, we came in from being gone to the store for a minute, and she had passed. I don't know what happened. She had been kind of sick the first 2 days before. But then the day before she passed, she was running around. She was fine. She just had really bad hip problems. But I'm not going to get into all this about this dog, but she had passed. So we only had one dog together at this point, and it was Carter. And so after she texted me and told me that I needed to leave, it was a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to say what all it said. I went and got as much of my stuff as I could in our room, and I got Carter, and I went to my best friend's house, who was like 20-30 minutes away. And she just told me to go stay there for the weekend. So that's what I thought this was going to be. It was just, we had been arguing a couple days. I needed to just give her some space. And once the weekend was over, we would figure out splitting stuff up, whatever, and finally just having this done and over with. And I was completely okay with that. I was very upset. I was, but I was okay with doing things like adults too. It sucked. You think you're going to spend your whole life with somebody, and then something like this happens. But even if you're so upset, you have to figure out, you got to deal with it. And that's what I was prepared to do. I was very upset though. As anyone would be. We were together for basically 5 years. So, that's a lot to just end everything and all that. So I went to my best friend's house, and I asked her, because it was supposed to snow really bad. I asked her, hey, I don't want to get stuck here. So what are you doing on Sunday? So that way we can figure this stuff out. And she told me she was going to be at her friend's house, which wasn't very far from my best friend's house where I was already staying. So I said, okay, cool. So whenever you're ready, I'll come get you, and then we'll go and figure this out. Well, Sunday comes, which that was Saturday. So it was just the next day. And I text her and ask her when, can I come get you? And she just was ignoring me for a little while. And we still had each other's location. So I'm not gonna lie, I was being kind of nosy, just trying to figure out if she was there, and if she wasn't, so be it. I just needed to figure out when we were trying to figure all this stuff out. So I get to looking, and she's on her way. She's way past me, almost out of the state into Ohio. She's on her way to Ohio, and she basically tells me that she's going up there to spend time with family, and that she'll probably be back in a week. And I'm thinking, like, okay, you know, like, I was very upset. I was like, why are you making this worse on me? Because I already knew I was trying to figure out whether I was going to stay there or move here. And it was a lot. And I was trying to figure out if we could be civil. I thought that there was a way that I could be in Kentucky and not have to worry about, you know, like, drama with her, and just, I wasn't sure about a lot of stuff. But I was most likely going to be coming back here. Just because I had more of a support system down here. Not that I didn't have anybody up there. I had a lot of support up there. But I don't know, I was just hurting. I was ready to just be in like somewhere that, I don't know. I just needed to be somewhere else because I was just very upset. So that put everything off for a week. I stayed with my friend, like I said, my best friend, for a week. And then the following weekend is when she was supposed to be coming back. Sorry, throat's dry. And that's when she basically told me that, because I wasn't sure how she was going to get back here. She rode up there with a friend. I told her that if I had to, I would come get her so we could, you know, sort this stuff out. I was still trying to be civil. And that's when she basically told me that she wasn't coming back, that she wasn't sure when she would ever be coming back or if she was. So that obviously made me very upset because, first of all, we had a storage shed we had to go through together. We had to figure out all this, like, there was a lot of stuff that I just had to figure out on my own for two people, basically. So I ended up going with some of our friends to the storage unit. They helped me go through it, and I got what I needed to, and I went to her dad's house, got what I needed to, and said my goodbyes to him. And then me and Carter packed up and we came here, and we've been here ever since. So I wanted to clear some of that up with her on her end, because I'm not going to be mentioning her much more. So there's all that. That's all that explained. And then, let's see, what else? I didn't really, for more on her, I didn't really talk to her for a long time after I moved here. Like, she had blocked me on everything, completely just gone. And there was a few times I was still trying to reach out to her, but, you know, I just let it be. And then we were civil for a little while. Like, we would just kind of talk here and there, mostly because of her nieces and nephew. Because I still am very much involved with them, and just trying to make sure that we both, like, are still letting each other know what's going on, basically. Or if anything's going on with the younger ones that I can't necessarily get a hold of all the time, she lets me know what's going on with them. But the older ones, they have phones, and they call me and they message me. But that's the only time we ever really communicate. We don't really communicate much now. There was a little bit of drama, per se, in February, like the beginning of February, like when we first moved in here. I had just made this kind of sappy post about it being a year after everything happened last year with me and her. And just, it was on Facebook. I had tagged some people in it that helped me get through all of that. It was a good bit of people, and I was friends with her on Facebook at the time, and she posted something in kind of like a rebuttal back about it, you know, like saying that I was playing the victim, basically. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure I wasn't easy to deal with. I'm not an easy to deal with person all the time, but when I was the one cheated on, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm the victim. But I was the one cheated on. I didn't do anything to disrespect her on our boundaries in any way. So, I mean, it just didn't make any sense to me. So then I blocked her on everything. And that's been pretty much it. Other than that, though, like I said, we don't communicate. I have not talked to Amberlynn in a very long time. It's been like here and there. Oh, one more thing I want to clear up with Amberlynn, actually, that I'll go ahead and give y'all. Gracie, my cat. Not my niece, but my cat, Gracie. She ran away. Amberlynn did not intentionally let her go. It was actually, it was our roommate, but she didn't intentionally do it either. But she was a stripper. And she was coming in at like 2 and 3 in the morning. And I'm assuming, because when I went to bed, Gracie was there. Like, I knew she was there with us. But we kept our door cracked because her litter box was in the closet in the hallway. I knew that she had gone in and out. Like, I knew she was there. But I think when my roommate came in that late, because she was an outside cat, so she wanted to go outside. I just hadn't let her go outside yet because it was a new place. I guess that's when she slipped out. So, I got up the next day and we couldn't find her, was what happened. I was there realizing that she was gone. We put up flyers. We looked for her for so long, and we never found her. She was also very old. I don't know if she could have gotten hit by a car, if she could have just gone somewhere and laid down to pass. I don't know. I wish I did. That was my favorite cat. That was like my best little friend. Like, I had her for so long. But Amberlynn did not intentionally let her out. I just wanted to clear that up. So, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Probably be a little more, I don't know if we should call this tea or insight, whatever you want to call it, but I promise it'll be a stronger brew next time if we're going to call this tea.